Welcome to today's live stream. I'm super excited to welcome you here today. Before we get started and get into the really for real live, this is obviously a pre-recorded video where I can tell you a couple things and then we can get started. So honestly, what I'm doing is buying myself time to turn the camera on and make sure that everything sounds good. But while we do that, while we wait for myself, let's go ahead and comment below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe let's start with your name and where you're watching from. And then also I'd love to hear about maybe the latest project you're working on or your favorite software. So if you can post a link below, go ahead and post a link to your portfolio. We'd love to check it out and see what you're up to. And maybe even let us know what your favorite software is, or maybe your favorite subject. Do you like web design or print design or making t-shirts or logos or branding? I don't know. Go ahead and comment below and let us know. We'd love to check it out. And then also, if you'd love to see what I'm up to, you can check out my work at derekmitchell.com. You can see some YouTube videos at youtube.com/derekmitchell. And then also live streaming at behance.net/Mitchell's Garage. So you can check me out there. And then did I say Instagram? I don't know if I said Instagram yet or not. Instagram.com/dmitchelldesign. So hopefully there's links and buttons and stuff here. Right there. Anyway, all right, guys, we're about to dive into some really cool stuff. Feel free to comment in the thread, and I'd love to, again, see what you're up to, and I'll try and answer your questions as we get going, but let's go ahead and dive in. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more. Check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. One last thing I was going to mention too, because I don't know how much time I'm going to need to turn all this on. Maybe it's ready to go and, you know, the real me, the live me can just cut this off and we can get to it. But in case I need a little bit more time, let me just tell you about myself. So my name is Derek Mitchell. We've been over that. Also, I live in Montana, in Kalispell, Montana, actually, which is just outside of Glacier National Park. And I've got 4 daughters and a wife, and we have tons of fun doing outdoor things like riding bicycles. We float the river on our paddle boards. That's a ton of fun. I love to downhill mountain bike. That's a ton of fun. When it snows for like 9 months out of the year, we like to go snowboarding and skiing. So I feel like I'm rambling. So at any point, Derek, just go ahead and just, you know, let's do this. Let's get live. Let's start teaching. What is going on, Miles? My dog just came to say hello. Hi, Miles. Let's say hello to the people. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. This is Miles, my poodle. We're working on his mohawk. Oh, thanks. Kisses. Oh. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more, check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's a Friday night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I guess it's Friday night where I'm streaming from. It could be Saturday morning for some of you, depending on where you're at in whatever part of the world. But hey, thanks for being here. Special shout out to my wife, Jenna. She's in the chat tonight. We got her attention. She loves coffee. It's her favorite thing ever. And she loves tattoos. So I figured if we made a brand called Coffee House Tattoo, I could get her to join me in the chat. She was going to be here tonight, but we've got babies at home and they needed mama. So I'm downtown at the studio having fun, gonna make some brands, and looks like the chat is awesome tonight. You guys are all over the place. I love it. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We're broadcasting here from Montana. Oh, hi, Siri. Glad you could make it.
Who do you want to send it to?
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We're broadcasting from Montana in the Flathead Valley near Glacier National Park. Super cool place. I'll get you guys some fresh drone footage. The intro video was recorded in Washington State near the coast, and I love that footage. I actually have a huge print of it, but it's time to get some fall leaves. If I don't do it soon, it's gonna be time just to put some snowy backdrops back up here. Nancy's tuning in from California. Jenna says, I feel like that might be my middle-age business. Mixes both of our favorite things, coffee and tattoos. Nancy says it's gorgeous. Thank you. So what we're going to do, so here's what we did. It's nothing. Okay, first of all, be nice to me. Don't judge us too hard yet, because I started this on an iPad, and if you missed the replay, it's actually live right now. You guys can check it out on Behance, only on Behance, exclusive Behance stream, straight from my iPad, because my entire computer setup crashed. I was getting ready to go live earlier, and literally the computer just went black and it all died. But I fixed it. I mean, I turned it off and on again, and it seems to be working. So looks like I have a future in IT if this fails. So turn it off and turn it on again. But hey, we're ready to rock. So what I did is I made this coffee house tattoo. How do you even come up with this? Nancy was there. Rob was there. We had a few other people in the chat, and we ended up with Coffee House Tattoo as a brand to make something for. So we spent most of our time kind of playing around in Illustrator on the iPad, which is super fun, but I'm not very good at it yet. And I'm painfully slow. In about an hour, this is all I got. This is all I made. So what we're going to do tonight is flesh this out a little further. So in the chat, chime in if you want to. We're looking at some color ideas. Nancy says we should use like the colors from my intro video. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Not the video itself, but this photo. This is a top-down photo. Those were rocks down below and some seaweed and waves and stuff on the bottom left. Super cool stuff. But these colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Command Shift and 4, and I'm going to go to my left screen, which is my preview screen. So I'm going to take a picture of the picture. Okay. Oh, there we go. And then we can switch back. And now I can just paste this in here. So let's make some colors. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I don't even have a good mark yet. Usually I finish, like I make the design first before I explore colors, but let's, I don't know. I mean, you can do whatever we want, right? Now, usually the reason why I do that is because, and do that, I mean, just work in black and white, is because I don't want to influence any of my shapes, what I like, with color. I don't want to do something maybe in a color I don't like and then be like, oh, I don't like this logo, when really the logo was great. I just didn't like the colors. So let's make some color swatches here. I'm significantly faster on a desktop than I am on the iPad, but that's because I've got a lot more practice. All right. Yeah, just kind of trying some things. Actually, let's do like a dark gray. I don't know, somewhere in there. Maybe a white. So let's do a default color swatch. So tonight I'm kind of flying through stuff because I want to actually get to some of this. What's up, Rob? I see you in the chat over on Behance. Sorry, join the stream with your intro screen up. Oh, yeah, I was just taking a picture of it, but I think you probably figured that up now. Let's see. Nancy says, love, I got fuzzy and it's bugging me. Got it. Okay. Love the colors in there. Volcanic rock and the ocean. Yeah. So here's an idea for a color scheme based on this. I don't really need this photo in here anymore, but I could keep it off to the side as a reference. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm kind of feeling like oranges or something, and maybe because I'm looking at this thing over on the side, but let's go back to, okay. Let's jump into some of these ideas. So basically earlier today, me just trying to get ideas that I could come back to because I knew I'd be more proficient on the desktop, but I wanted to capture the ideas while it was fresh. So I dropped in some text here, and these fonts are basic fonts, right? They're just built into the iPad, or at least they're what I have synced up with the Adobe Cloud. So I didn't critique them too much. I just dropped it in to get some different ideas, seeing kind of the flavor we want to go with, like this coffee house, kind of a playful flavor. We've got this kind of elegant scripted flavor. We've got this heavier, almost a slab serif cursive thing. It's not a slab serif. Sorry, guys. Keep in mind, I'm on 4-ish hours of sleep, so this could be great. This could be a lot of fun. Ooh, I like it. So my wife says vintage Sailor Jerry colors. Okay, so Sailor Jerry's is a rum. I don't know how to spell it though. There we go. Ooh. I forgot. Sailor Jerry was a tattoo artist first, wasn't he? I forgot all about that. This is perfect. So like old school sailor stuff. I'm having a hard, let's just go to the images. Let's just see what we get. I'm digging the skulls and stuff. Let's copy the image. Oh, there it worked. It was just taking its sweet time. Okay, we got some of that stuff. Copy image. Paste. So basically what we're doing right now is we're kind of creating like a mood board, kind of a, I don't know. We're just unfiltered, just slamming some ideas on the canvas to see what's going on. Old tattoo flash coloring. All right, let's see. So correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy, but didn't you say you're starting to like learn how to do tattoo? Didn't you say you're like 61 years old and like making a second comeback as a tattoo artist? Is that right? Am I remembering that right from today? There we go. Okay, so we're gonna come back to these like stylistically. So this is the Sailor Jerry's rum. Throw that over here as inspiration. Cool. Yeah. Nancy says graphic designer and learning to tattoo. So are you starting out on like oranges and stuff, or like the fake hands? Or are you just like going for it? Just going right to like people? How do you practice that? I mean, I've seen how they practice it, but how are you practicing? Are you doing stuff like that? All right. Jenna's digging it. Jenna's digging the looks. Okay, so coffee house. So are we happy with the coffee bean as an icon? Is there a better way? Maybe a coffee cup. Maybe it's a skeleton, because I'm seeing skeleton vibes over here somewhere. Like maybe it's a skeleton. Crossbones. It could be a Jolly Roger. You guys know what a Jolly Roger is? It's this thing. That's kind of inspiring. I'm going to get all these ideas and then I got to try and figure out how to make it. That would be the fun part. All right. Come back to that. Yeah. Jenna did get pulled into the stream tonight, Rob. I texted her and said, I'm live. Come say hi. We might even get an appearance from Paul Gowan, if you guys remember who he is. We used to do Moto Monday live streams, and I texted him and said, hey, I'm live. So I don't know if he's able to jump in or not, but we might see an appearance from him. Rob says, roommate and I tattooed grapefruits and pomelos in college. Discovered it wasn't for me. At least you figured that out before you were tattooing real people. Vintage sparrow holding coffee bean in its beak. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's, can I copy your text? I can. Okay, this is from Jenna. Jenna is my wife, so that idea has definitely a lot of merit. I get to, right? Moto Monday. Okay, so Moto Monday was Motivational Monday. It was a stream that we did, and it might still be on Behance. I think some of my older streams aren't up anymore, but you'll probably be able to find it on YouTube. Some of them were really great. Some of them were, we were just getting started. By the way, this is my website, derekmitchell.com. If you guys are interested in learning more about graphic design, I've got some courses where I kind of get right to the point, and you guys can check those out. Also some tutorials here. Check those out. You can join the newsletter if you want to keep up to date on things. Jenna, we need to start sending emails out. I tell everybody to join my email newsletter. I don't think I've sent an email out in like 2 months. So you guys are safe. If you join my email newsletter, I'll only send you a couple of things, some resources, and then I promise not to spam your inbox. Okay. So, I was going to pull up, youtube.com/Derek Mitchell. Also broadcasting live over there right now. Then I was going to, so here's my YouTube page, and I was going to search for, let's try that again. Moto Monday. See if it pulls up. There it is. There's Paul. Hey, Paul. Here, it's a totally different vibe than what we're doing here, but basically the both of us just kind of like jump in. It's kind of like a podcast, kind of like a personal development thing. I don't know. It's cool. Check it out. Totally unrelated to graphic design. You got excited, thought maybe it would be about cars and trucks. I can see that with Moto, but it's not. All right, Jolly Roger, squirrel. I like this flag, like the tatteredness of it. Okay, we've got a lot of great ideas. Now it's time to make something cool. So Jenna said, vintage sparrow holding coffee bean in its beak. All right, well, because we're kind of in a time crunch, let's go to elements. Let's look for a sparrow, and let's look under graphic templates. Is it not updating? Oh, something that looked cool. Command click. Anything that catches my attention, I just kind of command click to open up a new tab real quick. No one watching. The party is over on Behance. Is it Ankit? I hope I said your name right. Behance.net. Hosted by currently, actually, I think Adobe Live picked it up. So streaming through Adobe Live right now. Also, if you go to behance.net/Mitchell's Garage, you'll see my portfolio, and I think it redirects to the live stream when I'm live. So check it out. Looks like YouTube is a lonely place to hang out tonight. That's all right. The party's over on Behance. All right. Let's see. Okay, opened up a couple new things. So sparrow, let's see. Sparrow holding, I don't know, something. What'd you say, Jen? You said sparrow holding a coffee bean. Okay, so let's do holding. Oh, interesting. Looks like Jack Sparrow, like the pirate. That could be cool. Sparrow bird holding, I don't know, leaf. I'm just hoping to get something like, this is not what we're after. Okay, well, forget it. Often in traditional tattoos, they were clutching a ribbon, etc. Okay, so we do a ribbon. So I'm just like quickly getting these ideas down as comps to make. Okay, let's kind of look at these a little bit. So definitely lots of reds, skin flesh tones, the greens, the blues. Tattoo flash. All right, this is tattoo flash. What am I? What is tattoo flash? Is it a style? Is it a? Oh, there we go. Right here. There's the sparrow you're looking for. All right. So these are iStock photos. So I could come here and buy this. Or we could make it from scratch. Oh, got it. Rob, you're speaking my language. Nancy says those are tattoo stencils. Rob says clip art for tattoo artists. They've got them in Vato. All right, so we're looking up tattoo flash. Well, I dig this. I know this is like painfully hipster and trendy, but I think it's cool. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna do it. Let's download the font while we're at it. My downloads, I've been working like this all day long, like even off stream. And so my desktop, which usually has no icons, has all kinds of clutter. My download stack, I usually try to keep cleanish, has 80 more things and all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna have to spend the weekend catching up and cleaning things out here. Anybody else's desktop look like mine? I know Jenna's does. Jenna wishes hers was as clean as mine. Her desktop items have desktop items. And have desktop items. Hey, what's up? Hassan Ali over on Facebook. Thanks for joining in again. Good to see you. Welcome back. All right, let's see. We got that installed. Let's jump back over into Illustrator. Close. Boom. That looks cool. I'm just going to copy this whole thing. We're just going to smash it in here. As something to come back to. I like it. I like it a lot. Tattoo parlor, snake and roses. All right, let's just flesh this out. So coffee house tattoo. All right, there's that. Let's ungroup these, copy it, paste it, rotate it. It's not what I meant to do, but I'm going to leave it because it's interesting to me. It would be a good sticker or like a, what are they called? Like a coaster, drink coaster. Jenna says, again, for those of you just tuning in, Jenna's my wife. So that's why we're bantering back and forth. She says, if you don't have 20 folders on your desktop titled Desktop 1, Desktop 2, and so forth, then you're definitely not doing it right. Well, Jenna, look at this. Somewhere on my desktop folder is a folder called, oh, desktop. There it is. And in there is another folder called Desktop 2. What else do we have in here? I have a folder called Desktop. Oh, there's another desktop. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's one called Today. That's just basically everything I put in there. Oh, hey, there's that thing your mom wanted me to work on for the table. No wonder I couldn't find the file. All right. There's got to be, I know I've got a desktop folder called Desktop to Clean someday. Oh, there it is. Desktop to Clean. You guys, this is ridiculous. Is there more? I think I win. I think I win the desktop challenge. Jenna says, oh my goodness, I'm honestly really proud right now. This is why we have a podcast. I cannot wait for the podcast to come back. If you guys want to see or need something to listen to, it's still up on iTunes, I'm pretty sure. If you just search for the Derek and Jenna podcast, see if I can find it. I don't even know where the link would be. Anchor, used to be on Anchor. Wait, music. Anyway, the Derek and Jenna podcast. You guys will probably find it if you search for it. It's on Spotify too, I think. We bought a bus one time. Actually, we still have the bus. We're trying to sell it. Anybody want to buy a bus? Derek and Jenna. I just want to show you what it looks like. I'm doing this all wrong. Squirrel. Okay, anyway. It's definitely, yeah, Jenna says be warned. It's definitely less than professional than what is happening right now. It has nothing to do with like Adobe or my career. It's literally Jenna and I talking about stuff, dreaming. It's lots of fun, but speaking of Sailor Jerry's, somebody I know talks like a sailor, so make sure you don't have kids in the room. I'm just kidding, but seriously, Sorry, I'm texting Jenna, just so you know, I'm texting. The kids are at a friend's house, and I'm letting them know that they can watch the movie that she just asked. Okay, we're back to the stream. Hey, guys. Okay, coffee tattoo bus. That's such a good idea. Don't tell Jenna that, though, because then she'll fix up the bus and turn it into a coffee tattoo shop thing. Rob, I see. Oh, did you find the link? He did. It didn't let you paste it as a link, though. Let me see if this is it. There it is. There's our podcast, folks. She's already Googling. There you go. I posted it so it links out. There's the podcast. Man, those were good times. The Craigslist drug deal. That's a good podcast. That is hilarious. It begins. There's the bus. There's Birdie, the school bus. All right, guys. But you can't listen to it yet. You got to stay on the stream and hang out, because otherwise, whatever. Okay. How did we even get here? What happened? Oh my goodness. Oh, we were talking, well, somehow we were talking about, we were making fun of Jenna for her desktop. And then I won. I've got desktop folders called desktop. Here's the real kicker. If I go to my desktop and hit Command I have 151 gigs of desktop folder items. Anyway, okay. I'm equally impressed and disgusted and shocked. Okay, so we're making this coffee house tattoo. This may or may not happen tonight. I don't know. We are all over the place, but we're gonna keep going with it. Okay, I forget. There's a way. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to be here. And if I go to type on path tool and then I hit the return key. Okay, this is really important. So when you're typing on a path, in this case, this text was on a circle. So let me just show you how we would get there, just in case you guys don't know how to do it, but you probably do because you guys are rock stars. But if you don't, here's how you do it. So you make a circle, okay? Shift X, I'm just gonna flip it. Shift, okay, so Shift, I use, guys, you already know this if you spent any time on the stream with me, but shortcuts are my lifeline. So, is that camera not on? How about this one? How about this one? Okay, well, that was part of leftover of today's stream not working right. All right, anyway, don't let it derail you, Derek. Squirrel, come back. Okay. So I use shortcuts all the time, and I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh, Shift X swaps from it being a fill to being a stroke. Anyway, I digress. So let's copy this text. Command C to copy it. And then if I hover over this, you'll see this text with like a circle. Well, if I do that, and I click on there, it doesn't put it on the path. It just uses the shape to wrap the paragraph in, if that makes sense. What we want to do is we want to type on the path. So we're going to get our type on path tool. Okay. And I'm just going to click in here and it puts in lorem ipsum Greek filler text. So let's hit paste. So there's a couple things to pay attention to. So for one, I can align this paragraph left, center, and right, just like you would expect. Okay. If I get my move tool or the selection tool, excuse me. Thank you, Hassan. If you hover over this, there's this line in the center of where the text is, and I can click on that line. Try that again. I can click on that line and I can flip it to different places. So upside down, to the bottom, to the outside, I can scroll it. And over here on the other side, I can split this. Okay. So I can split how much, my bad. Let's try that again. There we go. I can control, basically the text goes from this spot to this spot. So just things to pay attention to. These little, they're very difficult to see when you first try this. So those will help you get things exactly where you want it to be. And then the other thing is if I click and drag down this, I can rotate this whole piece. I can flip it like we were talking about, but I don't want this to be upside down. I want it to be in the same line, right? Like if this were an actual like coaster, I don't want it to go past to the other side, but I want it to be right side up. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna come over to my type on path tool. And then without touching anything else, I'm gonna hit the return key, which is gonna bring up the type on path options box. So now I can control whether this is flipped, and click on this preview button too. So I can flip it this way. And I can, this is the most important part. Align to path, baseline, ascender, descender, center, okay? So you could center it like that, or in my case, I want to be the ascender because I want this circle to be on the same line. So let's do that over here. Let's see if we can get this to work. So let's come back to our type on path tool, hit the return key. Let's click preview so we can see what we're doing. Let's flip it. Let's change it from baseline to ascender. And it's pretty darn close. And I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna make that auto. Click OK. Now it's super close. Now you will notice the top font, and this could be the font itself, but see how there's space between the font and the line, but on the bottom, it sits on that line perfectly. So it's been a minute since I played with it this way. You could probably just cheat, scale it up just a little bit if you wanted to. Or I think I can go to the leading here. I hope, maybe. It doesn't seem to be moving at all. Nope. All right, auto. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But that gets us pretty darn close. So let's change this to coffee house up top. And then tattoo on the bottom. Let's track the heck out of this and just see how we feel about it. Same thing up here. It's not quite straight, so is there an extra space? What's going on here? Oh, it's because 1, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5. So coffee has 6 letters, house has 5, so it just doesn't look quite balanced. So I don't know, we could put a star in there or something. Maybe we rotate this. So I'm looking visually at this little, I forget what they're called on the sword, but so it's kind of centered here. That's kind of cool. So what I did here, I hit the letter R to get my rotate tool, and then I'm just rotating that text box. Save it. Let's see. Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know. It's something to look at, I suppose. I'll hide the whole thing and group it. Excuse me. I feel like we need a coffee bean in here. Also, this text got all jacked up. Oh, okay. Let's talk about that for a second. Also, this is why I make duplicates of everything in case I notice that I break something. So notice how tattoo looks all messed up. Well, here's why. As soon as I rotated this, well, that's why, because it wasn't grouped. Group it, rotate it. Okay, that's better. I thought it was for a different reason that I won't get into right now. Basically, the effects, when you apply them, if you turn the piece, it'll skew the effect. And what you can do is go to Object and expand it, and then it'll do more better. It will. Good stuff. This is dangerous, Rob. He says, Rob knows if he asks a question in the stream, it could derail me, but we're going to go for it. He says, Derek, streaming question, but I don't want to derail you. What mic do you use, and do you use any other audio presets or inputs for your live streams? So this is the Shure SM7B. And I had this before it was cool. Everybody now, all the YouTubers, all the podcasters use this mic. Granted, Michael Jackson used it like way back in the day, like in the 70s or something like that. It's like a legendary microphone, they say. Legendary. It's got buttery, sweet, smooth sound. Dang it, I wish... Let me try this. Let's see if I can reset this top-down camera. All right, well... This is good. Sorry, Rob. You're already regretting everything, I know, but it's all right. Like, I love this kind of stuff. So it... Trying to connect another camera. It's all right. I'm going to tear it all apart and do it again anyway. I just showed you guys the behind the scenes earlier. And now none of it's working. And that needs an update. Okay. The Shure SM7B. I love it. Okay. Now I'm using the Rodecaster Pro mixing board. And there are some audio processing happening there. There's a compressor, a de-esser, a noise gate, a high pass filter, an oral exciter, and I've sweetened it a little bit. So it sounds really, really good. But even without all of that, it still sounds really, really good. So I highly recommend this microphone. Anyway, that's what I'm using. Derailment is fine, Nancy says. Jenna says we're going back now to the chat a little bit. Jenna loved the rotated look. If you want to be really cliche, you could turn that center oval area of the sword into a coffee bean. I was already headed there, Jenna. You are reading my mind. And then I got distracted when I noticed that the text hadn't been rotated too. So, why do I have 10 coffee beans here? Okay, it's not really 10, it's 12, but math is hard. Okay, so this is, I mean, it's a look, it's something to do, yeah? What is all this stuff? We don't even know, it just looks cool, right? Let's ungroup a bunch of stuff. Let's see if we can bring this to the front. I think this is knocked out. How about Shift X to make, So we got a snake and a rose and a sword and a coffee bean. I think this has all of the ingredients to be a great logo. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there as an idea. I'm gonna clone this whole artboard. I'm gonna save things. Delete this extra stuff. Okay. Oh, you can't see anything. Fail. Sorry. Thank you, chat, for helping me out. Oh, dear. Okay, so where did I lose you at the beginning? Oh, my gosh. Okay, here's where we're at. I cloned a bunch of stuff, mostly because I was here, and I was like, yo, look, it's a snake and a rose and a thing, and I was like, we'll come back to that later. I don't need these pieces anymore because I've got them up here, but I want this one because I want to keep refining it. Let's see. So this time I'm going to explore the coffee bean being like a divider. And Nancy and Rob, I'm assuming you're noticing that I'm a little bit faster on the desktop instead of the iPad. Oh well. I wish you could see the top-down view because that's why I'm fat. Like if you could see my hands on the keyboards, you can see like it's almost like typing out the design. You guys are funny. When you couldn't see the screen and everybody was losing their minds. I should do that more often. Just go like this and then just start designing a bunch of stuff and say, wow, that is so cool. Man, okay, so now I have to do, let's see, let's go ahead and do this. I'm just messing with you. So that's the other thing too. Sometimes I stream with the intent to like teach you guys stuff and have you follow along. So I try and take a breath in between things. And then sometimes, like tonight, we're just trying to get a look that's cool without it taking 10 hours, because sometimes I'm slow. Nancy, freak out. Also, Jenna's a trooper, you guys. She texted me offline basically saying when I come home, she's going to be toasted because the babies have needed extra attention tonight, which translates to probably lots of messy diapers and crying. But anyway, so everybody tell Jenna thank you for holding down the house so I could be here streaming with you guys and hanging out and joining us in the chat. She is incredible, and honestly the reason why I found any amount of success in my life, because she pushes me to be better. So thank you, Jenna. I mean that. I'm not just being like sappy. Like, I really, really appreciate her in my life. And super thankful. Okay, let's keep going. I really want to put the coffee bean in here. I know I can do it. My brain is trying to figure out how I want to do it. I don't even know if it's worth it going in there. I mean, it could be. It's kind of weird though. It's kind of tough to tell what it is. And I feel like the weight of it's too bold. Like, it should be a stroke if it's going to be. I think I'm just going to delete it from this one. All right, so we got this look. I feel like it needs to be rotated even further. All right, that feels good. Cool. I'm digging that. All right, so there's one look pretty much. So hopefully sooner than later, we'll get Jenna's pretty face on here. On here, I mean, on the, I was going to call this a podcast. We got to start the podcast, babe. It'll happen. It'll happen soon. All right. So here's this hipster vibe thing we were playing around with earlier today. Now that I'm back on a desktop, I can kind of give it a little bit of attention. Not too much attention because it's still super cliche and everybody and their mom has done this already. But, you know, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. I don't know. This is whatever. Let's not give it too much time. This can be what we call the hairy hand. Have I told you guys about the hairy hand yet? Insert Jenna's eye roll because she's heard this story at least 100 times. At least. All right, so the hairy hand. The hairy hand, back in the day, we're talking like, you know, Knights at the Round Table, right? The king had his portrait painted. Right now I am using this shape as a unit of measurement. Okay. And his painter right? He's doing a good job, but the king is just not happy. And he's like, look, can you just fix this? Can you fix this? Can you fix this? Can you, you know, all, on and on and on, trying to get him to fix things, right? And so finally, he's like, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make this painting. And he gives the king just the hairiest hand you can imagine, just tons of hair on this hand. And he shows it to the king. And the king goes, oh man, you're so close. This looks amazing, but oh, what is wrong with my hand? It's just crazy. It's just hairy, right? And the whole point is, well, the whole point is I'm on like 4 hours of sleep and my brain is barely hanging on. But sometimes when you show stuff to clients, they want to be involved in the process. So they kind of nitpick at everything, right? And they kind of, you know, have lots of feedback, which is great. They're the client, and it's our job to do our best to bring their ideas to light. And they're the experts in their fields, and so we're trying to work together. Like, it's a good thing, right? It's a really good thing. I know sometimes we give clients a bad rap or a bad time about it, but sometimes it can be overwhelming, right? So I say if it takes me more than 2 or 3 rounds of revisions to get the look right, then I'm probably not doing a good job, or you as the client are probably not communicating very well. But one way or the other, we're not doing a good job, right? So the hairy hand approach, depending on the client, could be a good thing to try. Not always, because you don't want them to pick the crappy idea, but you want one to be like the clear winner, right? You want them to be like, okay, like I see what you did there, but I really like this one, okay? For example, a hairy hand could straight up be like whatever I was trying to do with this thing earlier. So I show them this look, right? And then I show them this look, and like clearly anybody with any amount of style is going to pick this one over this one, right? So you can kind of steer your client in the right direction. Now, sometimes that backfires because not all clients are created equal, and sometimes they pick the crappy hairy hand. It happens. It's a gamble. So anyway, but if you've got one of those clients that like can't make up their mind, don't show them more than 2 or 3 looks, right? Don't overwhelm them with decision, and you know, guide them to greatness. I hope that helps. Yeah, exactly, Nancy. She says they usually pick out the crappy one. So true. All right, let's see. Put the skull and swords in the center of the X. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so we need to get into some of this stuff. We've kind of gotten away from our inspiration. So we've got Sailor Jerry's rum here, the tattoo. Crafted in honor of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, father of the old school. Super cool. Oh yeah, and we got ribbons. Man, there's so much we could do with this. This might have to turn into a multi-part stream. We're doing good though. We're doing good. Okay, this is super hipster, but it's a look. We got the Jolly Roger. We've got the trendy, whatever the heck this is. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna group it. I'll leave it up there. Drag down this here. Let's delete these guys. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to build a canvas with looks that I'm proud of, right? Like 2 or 3 good looks that like, hey, here's an idea. Here's something we could try. Let's come back over here and grab this letter H before I outlined it. Paste it down here so I have the same font because I don't remember what I did. Avenir next. All right, what do we call this? Coffee house tattoo. Let's see how hipster we can make this. I think we're on the right track. Super hipster. All right, so here's a neat trick. Actually, I'm not ready to bring this down yet. I'm gonna cut it, come back up here so that way I know like the editable versions are kind of all together, sort of. In case I have to come back to it later, I can find where I got some of this stuff from. Do some housekeeping here. Now, I guess usually I don't work on artboards like this. Usually I make one giant canvas and I just kind of go nuts with it. So part of this workflow has been carried over from starting on the iPad as far as the sizing of this. But now that I think about it, like, I mean, we have this huge space to work with. So I could just make this big old white thing, big old white canvas, and just go nuts with it instead of having to make a bunch of little ones. You guys are funny. I love it. Let's see. Okay, so let's copy this over. Let's go ahead and sure, let's outline this. Let's outline this. The reason why I outline it is because by default, if you look over here, see how long this line is past the O? If I outline it, Shift Command O, Command Shift O, whatever, it turns it from a font into a shape. And now just the exact shape of this thing is what it's going to align to. So I can shift click these pieces to select more than one. And then when I'm all done, take my hand off the shift key and click one more time on whatever object I want to be the main one everything else aligns to. So I can center it, and you can see that my fonts weren't totally dead center, right? So now I know they're dead center. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, I'd like to use the same stroke width as this, but I don't have that version anymore. It's whatever. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab this letter T with the direct selection tool. I'm going to drag over a copy, Command X to cut it, to pull it out of that group, Command F to paste it back on top, rotate it, and let's grab a rectangle tool, Shift M, and just delete all that crap. Okay, that way, and now I can do the direct selection tool on just the end here, and all of that was literally just so the stroke here was the exact same width as the stem on the letter T. So I know I flew through that, but I'm just trying to show you how I think about things. So we'll grab these two, we'll group it, Shift click Tattoo, click one more time on Tattoo, and that way I can center these pieces, right? Because they move together. So now it centers it. And now I know everything is super balanced. So there is your hipster 101 clinic on hipsterness. What's up, Joyson? I see you over on Behance. Says Gil Sans is good, classic looking font. Gil Sans. Let's try it. I haven't used Gil Sans since just forever. Let's see if I even have it loaded. Gil Sans. Oh, there it is. You can see it now, don't you? Ooh, we could do lowercase. That's an interesting something we could come back to. And then this reminds me of a David Carson effect. So we could kind of start getting crazy with this. You guys know who David Carson is? If you don't, check him out on Masterclass. He's incredible. And he would argue that this is all very, very too structured. He would do something like this. And then he would do it like that. And he would be like, here's your logo. Pay me $50,000. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave it there as just kind of a mental footnote of a direction I could take this. Getting some ideas. And then what happens is as you get things that you like, you just kind of bring it down and let it say hello to its friends. So we'll bring it down here and say, hey, you can come play. All right. I really want to get some kind of a skull thing in here, but I'm definitely not going to be drawing one of these on stream tonight. So let's go ahead and go to our good friend Envato Elements. Let's find a skull. Oh my goodness, there's so many good things here. Oh man, I don't even know where to start, you guys. Nancy says, break that grid. I agree. And Rob says, looks like the letters fall off the sign. That's why it should have been tattooed on, man. They'd have never fallen off. All right. I noticed Jenna's gone. She must be chasing kids around the house. Pay dirt. Nancy says, all right. Wow, there's like an overwhelming amount of really cool stuff in here. This is Envato Elements. So full disclosure, I am an affiliate for Envato Elements. So technically if you used my link, I'd get a kickback. But the irony is I've never set up the link. I just like them that much. So I've got a contact there and he hooked me up. So I actually have an account thanks to Envato Elements. And I love promoting them because I love their library. It's super, super great. So yeah, I'm an affiliate, but I'm not going to make any money off of this because I don't have a link set up. They've given me a link. I just never put it anywhere. So there's that. Thanks, Nancy says, set up your link and I'll renew through you. Thanks. I appreciate the offer. I really do. But I just love them. So I love giving them a shout out. And I actually kind of like being able to say like, I'm an affiliate, but I'm not, right? Because I feel like it's not me just trying to make money off of this. It's just, I genuinely use their service and I really like it. So, all right, let's keep going. How are we doing? So there are so many good options here. So, okay, this comes back to that hairy hand thing we were talking about, where when you show so many options, you can kind of overwhelm the client. And that's kind of how I feel right now, literally looking at this. So I really just wanted something like this. I jump back over here. I mean, there's lots of things that could be great potential. I almost have to set a time limit before I jump into here. I'll just start trolling and I'll get lost. Typography is the same way for me. I could spend days finding the right font. When you look at this stuff and you realize like somebody made this, right? Man, so inspiring. There's some cool stuff. Traditional tattoo set, tattoo vector set, old school tattoo. All right, old. So I like the ribbon look. Something over here caught my eye. I like the ribbon look here too. So let's kind of break it down a little bit. Let me just kind of analyze what I like about this. So I'm going to take a screenshot real quick. Command-Shift-4. Hold down the Control key so it copies it to my clipboard. Pop over into Illustrator and paste it in there. So what I like about this, if I was going to recreate this, so you got the shape here, and then it connects and goes behind the sword, so it looks like it's being pierced. So that's something I could maybe work in a little later. So, okay, we need to, let's kind of keep pressing on a little bit. I really want to flesh out some more looks, but I also want to start playing with the fun stuff, like the colors and everything else. Joyce says, try the font, Anodina. I probably butchered how you're supposed to say that. See if we can find it. Is this, symmetric font family? Free font family. All right. Oh, that's clean. Looks nice. Pierce that horizontal coffee bean. There we go, Nancy. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. So if I'm hearing you right, you said horizontal. So you're thinking like, let me drag this down here, rotate it. Oh, geez. Copy, rotate. and then drop the sword down through it. That could be cool. Okay. Let's see. I'm overthinking the heck out of this. I think part of it too is like, I really want to make it further along the line without breaking this up into like 2 streams. So I'm kind of, not that I'm rushing, but I am trying to get it, you know, cool-ish. I don't know why I'm downloading stock assets for everything else, but I decided to like go into detail to make this. Let's probably not a good use of my time right now. I need to keep going. It's not the cleanest sword I've ever made, but you know what? It's probably the first sword I've ever made. Okay, let's see. Appearance, what am I looking for? I need to smash these together. I mean, I don't know. We'll put it there. We'll bring it back up here as like a, hey, remember that one time when you tried it? If you still like the idea, you can spend more time making it better. Cool. All right. Hey, Rob, thanks for hanging out. Rob says gonna bounce. Time to drive home from the office. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Rob, for hanging out and joining me on the streams today. It was fun having you. And safe travels. I think my wife gave up on me. She's probably chasing kids around. Is she still on the stream? Jen, are you still around? Okay, so I've got 2 like fairly strong looks. Let's just for kicks, following up with the process. This isn't like the greatest thing I've ever made, but that's all right. That's all right. We got to have something to say no to. I'm not feeling it, but you know what? We're going to put it in here. We're going to do it because, hey, look, we got 3 different looks now. Got an A and a B, 1A, 1B, number 2, number 3. All right. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep going. So we really don't have anything that's nodding to this sailor style traditional tattoo. Let's start playing with colors a little bit before we kind of forget what we're doing. So I'm just going to get my eyedropper tool. Nothing is selected right now. I'm just going to sample this brown craft paper skin flesh color thing. Get some of the reds in there. Darker brown. Even darker brown. Let's add a couple more color swatches in here. Don't forget to save your work. There you go. Yeah, you're right, Nancy. Those are the fall colors I was thinking about. See? I knew. Subconsciously. All right. Get some of that blue in there. Pretty close. That yellow could probably come play with us here. Let's see, what color should we sample from here? The oranges, the reds, the Greens. Oh, the green definitely could come play. So the way I did that, I had nothing selected, and I knew I wanted to zoom in real close to see details. So I zoom in, get the eyedropper tool, sample the color. You'll see it fills the foreground color with whatever you click on, right? And then you'll notice the eyedropper tool is loaded. And when I come up here, all I have to do is hit the Option key, and it changes from an eyedropper tool to like to the not eyedropper tool, to the color paster tool. That's what it's called. Surprised you didn't know that. All right, guys, this is a sign I need to sign off here pretty soon. I'm going crazy. The 4 hours of sleep is catching up. All right, man, I had so much fun with you guys, though. I'm so glad you guys hung around. I've got a few more minutes in me. We'll keep going, but we're getting close to the end here. I've got some solid looks that are fun, and we never really made it back to the sparrow thing that Jenna was talking about. Let's play with that for a second. Let's just see what we can come up with. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to drag a copy over here. I'm going to click on it and come up here to image trace. And I could have cleaned this up in Photoshop first, but now it's traced, and I'm going to click expand. Now what I'm going to do is cut it, Command X. I'll make a new document, Command N. Doesn't matter what size at all. I just need an empty shell to paste this in because I want to strip out all of this extra white stuff. Okay. I want only one color. If I click on this now and you look over in the sidebar, we got a big question mark because there's more than one color. There's a black in here and there's white in here. So I'm going to get the direct selection tool and then click anywhere on the white. It loads it with white in the foreground. And I'm going to come here to select, same, fill, and stroke. So any other pieces in here that are white all get selected. Now I can hit the delete key and I'm left with just the black ink fills. Okay. And the reason why I did this in a new document, I can copy this now. I can jump back over into the document we've been playing in, is because if I selected white in here, there's other pieces on this canvas that would be selected. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess it up. So that's why I cut it over into a new document. Hey, what's up, Bernie? You are way late, but that's all right. I'm glad you got your final out of the way. That's fantastic. Hope you did well. What was it in? What was the subject? I mean, I guess if it's a final, it's all of the subjects, but all right. So let's grab this skeleton. I'm going to hit the letter Q. And that is the Lasso Tool, which history of art. I was either 1 credit or 3 credits away from an art history minor, but I don't remember any of it. None of it. So I hope you do better than I did. What's up, Megan? Welcome to the stream. I did not draw this in Adobe Fresco. Well, okay, let me two things. Let me finish my thought here and I'll come right back to you, Megan. So the Lasso Tool, the letter Q in Illustrator gets a Lasso Tool, and you can click and draw around stuff to select stuff. I had no idea this tool existed for the longest time. I mean, I've known it a couple years now, but like considering I've been doing this for like 20 years, 18 plus of those years, I didn't know this existed, or maybe it didn't until recently, but either way, there's your tip for the day. And there's a stink bug on my desk. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. All right, we're back. Back to so Megan, so a lot of this is stock art. Here's where we started. We started with this stuff on this canvas because I started on my iPad today in Illustrator on the iPad. So what happened was my computer crashed. I was getting ready to go live today. Everything went black, screens went black, everything went down. Don't know why, but I fixed it because I turned it off and on again, but it didn't fix it immediately. So I went live from my iPad and only used my iPad for the audio and the camera. And it was kind of a train wreck, but we had fun with it. Nancy was there. Thank you, Nancy. And anyway, so we did the coffee beans and we did some of this basic stuff, and it took me like an hour. So tonight we're taking this and we're pushing it further and just kind of playing around with this stuff. Now this, I wish I could claim as my own artwork, but we're trying to kind of fly through this and get some ideas. So I totally ripped this off from Envato Elements. So this is an Envato Elements thing. The coffee house tattoo was an idea, I believe Nancy, and how did we come up with this? She mentioned tattoo. I don't even know. I think I was being a smart aleck and I was like, we could do a coffee house hipster logo. And she's like, ooh, tattoo. And then it turned into this, which actually is really cool. So then we kind of played around with some coffee bean things. And then we started playing around with some like color swatches and trying to get some ideas of what could we do with this brand. This is a fictitious brand. Doesn't exist. We're making it up as we go. We thought about like a Jolly Roger. We're looking at the Sailor Jerry's spiced rum, crafted in honor of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, the father of old school tattoo. So we're kind of looking at this kind of stuff. So we're just kind of having fun. It's a little bit random, hanging out in the chat. If you're not in the chat, you guys got to hop down. Oh, sorry, that was trippy. I'm seeing myself text and I realize my wife has hacked into my account and is texting as me, I think. Megan says, thank you. You're just starting, so the advice is so helpful. You're welcome. Yeah, we're having a good, so this is, I love these kinds of streams because it's super casual. If you guys have questions, I love answering your questions. If there's like something I do that you're not sure what happened, and at the same time, this isn't like a tutorial. I'm kind of flying through it. If you'd like to learn more at a much slower pace, that's much more to the point without all the extra stuff. Do some shameless self-promotion here. So if you go to derekmitchell.com, and there's a stink bug on my desk and it just will not leave me alone. Get out of here. So this graphic design bootcamp is honestly a great way to start learning if you're brand new. If you go to the homepage and you try and buy it, you can get it for only $20 right now. It's a great spot to do it. It also has some of it on Skillshare. What's cool about on Skillshare is you can subscribe and get access to lots of other things. Or you can join me on what I call the vault. So I've got this thing. If you go to courses, derekmitchell.com, and then go to courses, this graphic design bootcamp vault, you should be able to get to it for $1 for 30 days, and you have access to everything and see if you like it. And then it's like $12 a month after that. You can also subscribe to me here on Behance and get some of my sample files and some behind the scenes stuff as well. So lots of cool things, lots of cool ways. Just because I want to make sure I can help you guys out and continue the conversation even, when I'm offline. So if you want to learn more, these are great places to dive in and check it out. Cool. And it looks like my wife is posting those links as well. We also got a brand new course posted. We got a couple. What's up? Is it Wanchu Gaming? Welcome back. I see you. What was I say? Oh, we got some new courses. We actually have one right now. We're like literally about ready to launch, but I've got to fix a couple things. It's been recorded and edited. It's a creativity challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really hope to get it up this week, but it's already Friday night. I ran out of time. Oh yeah, Aaron. All right. Jumping back. Okay, so copying this sparrow. I wanted to come back to this look. This was an idea that Jenna had. Jenna's my wife, and she's brilliant. So when she has ideas, I run with it. All right, so we need the text coffee house. Let's see. It needs to be... So we could go... Oh, let's see. Okay, this needs its own canvas to explore. If we're going to do it this way, we might as well keep up with the method here. All right, so we'll explore this look up here. All right, let's see. Also, if you're on Behance or if you're not on Behance, we are streaming at behance.net. That's where the chat is happening. You can join us there. Also, Jenna is posting. Jenna's my wife. She's posting as me. So this is Derek Mitchell. She's posted a free course link for logo design, it looks like. So check that out. Very cool. Thanks, Jenna. Appreciate that. All right, let's play with this one a little bit. All right, so we got the elements here. Stash it up there. Let's kind of make some different ideas. And Megan, I know you said you're brand new to all this kind of stuff. Just real quick, kind of mentioning my my approach. Usually on this first canvas, this first exploration, I would not have any colors on here at all. Like none of this stuff. I mean, well, some of the stuff would be here for visual inspiration, but like starting to break off into colors, I wouldn't do that yet. I do everything in black and white because I really want to see the shape of a logo, because the logo's got to look good on everything, from a t-shirt in one color, like this hat, this Third Bowl. T3B is the Third Bowl & Co. It's the company I work with. I did this logo and, you know, we distilled it down into its basic shape. So you can do it in one color on a hat and all this other kind of stuff. So anyway, as I approach design, I try not to work in color yet, so I can get a really good idea if something's going to work or if it's not going to work. Okay, an example of that. As I look at this version and I see the coffee beans, I like them, but they feel a little bit like, you know, if I zoom out, those coffee beans seem a little too bold compared to the rest of the design. So I might need to lighten that up a little bit. Anyway, things to watch out for. So let's play with this font a little bit. Coffee house. I'm thinking like a nice slab serif, like, I mean, we could do Rockwell, but Rockwell's so overdone too. But you know what? I'm going to put it in here as just kind of a footnote of where we've been, some ideas. Thanks, Aaron. I see you on YouTube. Basically saying like 16,000 to 17,000 people watch streaming, like on Twitch and stuff, in gaming channels, which is a waste of time, but I'm giving useful content, but nobody's watching. Thank you for the brutal honesty. It says studying 12th standard in India. Definitely come to meet me when you grow up. Awesome. I'd love to meet you if you can get here to Montana. Bernie just signed up for Skillshare. Skillshare is fantastic, you guys. If you're not on Skillshare, definitely check it out. It is incredible. Some really, really awesome content. Even legends like Aaron Draplin is on there. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's at Legend. He's from Portland, Oregon. Designer, amazing designer. He inspires me. Tons of great courses on there. So, and when you use that link, I'm assuming Jenna set that up. If you sign up through me, through that, I get a kickback. So that is an affiliate link. So thank you guys for your support. You jump in and check that link. Jen, I don't know if that's the right link, actually. It should say Derek invited you, like free month, or I don't even know. Let me see. Let's see. It's all right. It's not a big deal. I mean, sign up regardless whether I have my link or not. I'm just saying, like, full disclosure, when you sign up with that, it should give me a kickback. Hassan over on Facebook says, first time in Illustrator. Awesome. I'm assuming you mean it's your first time, not that you think that my designs are so terrible that asking, is it my first time in Illustrator? Which I don't blame you. I mean, it's a fair question. No, obviously I know what you mean. Oh, what? You had a great Zoom with Aaron Draplin at the AIGA conference. That's amazing. Actually, we emailed him. We were giving away his books, his Pretty Much Everything books. Super cool book. If you have not seen this, let's pull it up. So this is his book, Pretty Much Everything. It's on my shelf at home, right next to my bed. I pretty much sleep with it. It's that great. Incredible. If you guys have a chance to get this book, I definitely think you should get it. And in fact, we're going to do a giveaway. We're giving away Aaron's book. Just for you guys hanging out on the stream tonight. Jen was just going to say that. I don't know how we're going to give it away. Nancy's been here for the last 2 streams. Rob's been here for almost every stream. Megan's brand new. She probably needs it. Who wants the book? Bernie, he's been here since the beginning. We'll give away 2 of them. We'll give away 3 of them. Jenna says, first person to join my free logo course and then comment back. All right, so you posted the link up here. Let's see. See if this works. Oh, okay. Oh, that logo course. This is a fun one. So let's repost this link again. I figured after that comment, Nancy, that you probably already had it. All right. I want to give it to Bernie and I want to give it to Megan. And oh, I should probably preface, are you guys in the States? Shipping out of the States is almost impossible right now. Megan would love it and sleep next to it too. Megan, it's yours. So Megan McKay, I'm going to give you the book. Bernie, I can give you the book. Bernie's in Texas. Megan is somewhere. We'll ship it with Amazon Prime. So, okay, here's what we got to do. Just email me. Okay. There you go. Just email me directly, derek@derekmitchell.com. And we'll get those books out to you. Oh, she was nice about it. She gave the complete graphic design at Gmail, which is kind of our like other account. This Derek@Derek Mitchell is like legit my email straight up. So because of that, sometimes emails get lost because I get a lot of email. But I'll be looking for it. So Megan, Bernie, Rob is gone. Let's just ship it to Rob too. Although he's not going to know that he won it and I have a way to get a hold of him. So I'll just text him straight up in the group. If I go to my emails, I'm going to tell Rob he won a book. Rob, you won a book and you weren't even on the stream. All right. I just messaged Rob in Behance. Cool. I lost my place. Now I don't know how to get back. Sorry, I can't see the chat. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I closed the wrong window. But spell complete, right? Okay. Okay. Did you guys... Okay, did we get this figured out? Megan, Bernie. Email... Don't email complete graphics. Email me, derek@derekmitchell.com. It's confusing because both Jenna and I are in the same account texting. It's all good. Email me there. Just give me your address so I can ship it to you. Okay? Cool. All right. What else? I feel like we're just getting started. You're welcome, Megan. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give me the thumbs up on the little streamy thing. Maybe even tap that follow button on Behance, or you guys watching on other platforms, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. All right. So I love the look of this sparrow. There's so much potential here coming back to this tattoo. Let's go back. I want to look at the Sailor Jerry's text and see what comes up. So just the look of it to see if any of these fonts Speak to me. I feel like I should do this on an iPad. They look very they're tattoos, but they look very hand-drawn. You're welcome, Bernie. Thank you so much for joining on the stream. It's always fun when you guys jump in. Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, my grandma just texted me. I forgot my kids were at a friend's house. I gotta make sure they don't need me to go pick them up. I gotta text mom back and say we'll be going to pick them up soon. Sorry, guys. My kids are at a friend's house tonight, and I gotta go pick them up here. So I gotta bounce pretty soon. Awesome. I'll let you know when I'm headed that way. Around 9. Cool. All right. All right. I got one of your emails from Texas. Let me see. It just says admin. Which one of you is from Texas? I forget. So Hoboken, New Jersey is Megan. So that wasn't Megan. It's either Bernie. Is it Bernie? No, Bernie's in Texas. Okay, so that's you, Bernie, I'm assuming. I'm just going to reply while I'm here so I don't forget. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure I get this taken care of so we make sure we get you guys your books. Megan, I got your email. Cool. Awesome. All right. Cool. I got you guys. All right. Let's, I'm so inspired by this. Look, I knew I would be. Son over on Facebook says YouTube ? Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel. If you guys want to check that out, youtube.com/Derek Mitchell will get you there. I've got a lot of cool stuff there. All my lives broadcast there as well. I've got some playlists, some videos, some tutorials, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, check that out. youtube.com/Derek Mitchell. I am loving the look, the potential. This could be a really cool brand. I feel like we'll probably need to break this off and do another stream because I got to go pick up my kids pretty soon here. I really like what this could be. I feel like the sparrow needs, like you said, the ribbon. Jenna said something else. The coffee, was it a coffee bean? I forget. But you know what? I copied the text and I pasted it down here. Vintage sparrow holding coffee bean in its beak. So I like that, but I feel like it'd be such a small thing, it would almost get lost. So something else. I'm not sure what though. Jenna said, Bernie says, tell your wife the Upwork class was perfect and did it for the first time. Awesome. I'm glad that helped. So my wife, Jenna, made a class on how to freelance like a pro on Upwork. And, that is also on my website, but I think you can get it on Skillshare. You can join it on Skillshare as well, or in the vault. It's this one. If I scroll down on the homepage, freelance like a pro on Upwork. It's loading. There's my wife. There's Jenna, teaching how to freelance like a pro on Upwork. Good course. The crazy thing is she made that course while she was pregnant and like started a brand new profile and made like a ton of money doing it, landed real work. And she shows you exactly how to do it and gives you all the templates, all the Word docs for all the contracts that she landed. So it's super cool. cool. All right, I got to bounce here pretty soon, guys. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We're not going to get all the way done. Oh, so cool. We're definitely going to be doing a part 2, though, so stay tuned for that. I don't know when. So if you follow me on Behance, I don't know if you need to like tap a little bell like you do on YouTube or not to get notifications, but I think if you just follow me when I go live, you'll get a notification. You'll be able to see it. So, yes. So the plan now, in case you miss me, I'm going to put all of, like, in case you missed the live stream, not like if you miss me, like, oh man, I miss him, he's gone. That's not what I meant. I would grab whatever looks. I'm like, hey, this is the one that I like. And I'd bring it down here. Okay. And I'd have like 3 or 4 different looks. I'd probably give them like a number. I'd probably do a basic font. Half the time I just use Myriad Pro, even though it's the default, and I'm always against like using the default, but whatever. Myriad Pro. Semi-bold. How about bold condensed? So I'd give it a number, maybe not that huge. And the reason why is just so that when you're talking with the clients, they have a point of reference and they can be like, yeah, number 3, I really like this, and number 5 is my favorite. It just makes it easier to communicate with the client, especially if you're not in the same room. So I do something kind of like that. I might even push it further. And in theory, all of these should be a fill. But they're not. There's a stroke in here somewhere. Oh no. Okay, so it's in here. There we go. Cool. So now I should be able to grab all of these, and they're, oh, what the heck. Okay, and they are about to be all the same color. There we go. Put a rectangle behind it. Actually, let's cut it. Change the color to white, or even like a dark or light gray. Command B to paste that shape I copied behind. So now you can kind of see what it looks like on a dark background. And you can see, okay, does this look right? Does it translate right? Do I need to change how it looks? Command 2 to lock the background so I can click and drag. Maybe scale these away from the edge a little bit so they're not so there's some space away from the edge, but now the font is a different size, the numbering is a different size. So let's grab my eyedropper tool, click once on the original, and then hold down Option and click on the other sizes to make them the right size again. So Derek in the chat wants to know the difference between a fill. Just kidding. Derek is my wife. That sounds weirder. Jenna is my wife posting as me. All right. It's about time to be done. Sure. Can you do a version? Oh wait, difference between a fill and a stroke for the beginners. So yeah. Yeah. So a fill is, if you take a rectangle, a fill is whatever color fills that shape. Okay. So in this case, it's light gray, but it could be any color is a fill. Okay. And a stroke is literally just around the outside. So right now there's no fill, and this stroke, we can change the weight of that as well. And you can have a fill and a stroke. So I could come in here and have like a pink fill and a blue stroke. Okay. So what I did back here, this little X shape had its own shape. If I double click and drill down in here, but it also had, and for the sake of making it bright and obnoxious so you can see what we're talking about, we'll make it green and thicken it up a little bit. And I'm not seeing it, so something weird is going on in the file, but it had extra stuff in it. And so I went through and I made sure that everything on this artboard, besides the background, had the same color fill over here in the sidebar. Yeah, that's all I did. Hope that helps. Can I do a circular version or do a version of the circular logo where the tattoo is right side up? Did I not do that? I did. I got distracted. How did that even happen? What happened? Look at that. I'm glad you said something. This is a mess. Like something scaled and something didn't. Gross. Because this, look, it's mostly fine over here. And when I copied it over here, something went crazy and I accidentally flipped it somehow. When I scaled it, I flipped it. All right, so let's just delete these guys. Let me show you another trick. So if you highlight things on one artboard, copy it, Command C. If you go to another artboard, if you hit Command V, it's just gonna paste it wherever. But if you hit Command F as in front, it'll paste it in the exact same spot. So now I can go through and I can just click on that to color it. That's better. Glad you said something, Jen. Thank you. What's going on here? Uh-oh, excuse me. This is why we double check our work before we send artboards to clients, 1,000,000%. Bonus points for having somebody else check your work too. Yep. All right, guys, I think I'm about to call it. Really superb, SS. I see you on Behance. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That was fun, you guys. That was a long day of making this logo. We started on the iPad. If you want to see that stream, it's a little chaotic and random, but it is live right now on Behance. So it's literally right before the stream. So once I tune out here, or once I sign off, whatever, it'll take it a minute for the stream to be up for the replay, but it will be live. The stream right before this one, we started this. Now, I'll preface, it's painful. It was like an hour for me just to get like these 3 things because I was having all kinds of tech issues and I'm not as fast on the iPad at all. And so it took a while, but we had fun. And I also do some behind the scenes, show you my office. I had the camera open so you guys could see that. All right. I love the chat. I love hanging out with you guys. I never want to close it down. I'll keep going for a little bit longer. Nancy says painful, but fun. Yeah, it was painful. It was painful. Oh, hey, what's up, Paul? Mr. Paul Gowan saying looking good. His chat doesn't work, so he's just texting me directly. He's fancy like that. All right, so we got 2 really, really solid artboards. We got the light version, the dark version. I'm not happy with this one at all yet. I'm more so just showing you like the process. So we could do a lot of really fun things with this. We're sitting in pretty good shape. So what I would do now, if this was really like for a real client, I've put in a couple hours today on this project. I'd probably walk away from it for a day or 2. I wouldn't even look at it probably tomorrow. I'd probably sit on it till Sunday or Monday, and I'd make sure to do something fun or housework or something mindless in between the next time. Let my mind kind of clear out and then come back to it with fresh eyes. And yeah, Nancy says that one has serious potential. Yes, let it percolate. So, it's so trippy. Jenna, why are you on my profile? How come you're not on your, I don't know what happened there. She must have her computer probably died and she signed in on my iPad or something. Paul, if you're still listening, the people are requesting a one-off Moto Monday in November discussing gratitude. Cool. And Bernie, I got your email. I'll send you guys that book. Super stoked. Jenna probably sent it already. If not, we'll get it done. What time is it? Okay, I got to put a bow on it. We've got 5 minutes, and then I got to bounce. I got to go pick up my kiddos. So if you guys any other final questions before we tap out here, get them kids. Jenna says yes. You guys, I had so much fun. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. I always love it when you show up Super fun. I kind of want to see this happen, Nancy. Like, we'll have to give you the logo so you can fire up the coffee house tattoo parlor thing. It's gonna be fun. Got some good looks. Some hipster stuff, some sailor-esque stuff. Oh, you know what else I really want to get into? So down here, we did that live tracing. Like, all of these different elements would really look good. Okay, maybe not all of them. A couple of them. Specifically, this rose can come play. So I'm just going to do this real quick before I forget what I'm doing. And then we'll come back to it another day. I'm just going to throw it right in there. We'll come back to it another day and see where it takes us. So I'm using that lasso tool, hitting the letter Q to get this lasso tool to make that selection to grab that. All right, so I'm just going to throw these in here as kind of a reminder when I come back to it to do something. Cool. Make stickers for the tattoo shop. That would be awesome. We could turn this into like a whole thing, like full on go nuts with it, just like the works, and it won't even be a real business. But people will think it's a real business, and then you can buy the stickers. I like where this is going. Merch. That'll be fun. Bernie, what did you say? Is there a course for, I'm assuming, raster to vector in Photoshop? Raster. Okay. Jenna, I am so impressed that you knew where he was going with that. That's 15 years of her listening to me talk about graphic design right there. She could be a graphic designer. Can you make a vector in Photoshop? Yes, you can. I've got like 30 seconds to show you, and then we're out of here. I'm in Photoshop. Let's open up this random tick thing I did the other day because it was part of the challenge for, what's it even called? Inktober. So if you make a shape with the shape tool and I click and drag, technically this is vector. I can hit the direct selection tool. Oh, here it is. The direct selection tool. And I can grab these anchor points. And it's basically vector at that point. So you can. Jenna's quoting the Guardians of the Galaxy, although she's filtering. She said stuff and not the other word. Okay, so you can make vectors here. And then I know I've taught about this before, but I don't remember which live stream I did. But it is possible. We'll throw that out there. It's possible. I think in my logo design course, actually, Bernie, if you join that logo design course, I'm almost positive. Oh gosh. Now I'm not positive. I think I talk about it in that course as a way to work. Anyway, the short answer is yes. The longer answer is not really, because if you zoom in, it's still Photoshop, so things are still going to get pixelated like that, right? But you can technically scale this shape up infinitely, right? And then it's still crispy. But if you zoom in on the document, it gets weird. I hope it helps. It probably doesn't help as much as I would like it to, but that's all right. Whereas in Photoshop, nope. In Illustrator, we can zoom in infinitely and everything stays crispy and perfect because it's vector based. And on that note, everybody, I'm gonna go get my kids. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Y'all are awesome. And thank you so much for being here. I think that's it. So here is a non-bearded version of me to sign off. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you learned a lot of valuable information, and I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. But before you go, just a couple things I want to remind you. The first is, if you haven't already, feel free to like this video if you can, depending on where you're watching from. Give it a thumbs up or subscribe or tap the bell or give it a follow if you can. And also maybe even just copy the link up in the browser and share it with a friend or post it to your Facebook page. I'd really appreciate that. But again, just want to say thanks for sticking around, and I'd love to continue going live as much as possible and helping you guys out. So the best way that I can help you is by you commenting on the videos below. I read those comments. I engage with them as soon as I can, if I can, when I see them. So if it's live, I'll try and answer you right away. If this is a replay, you can still comment on the video, and I go back and I read those. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to help you out, and hopefully we will see you in the next live. And to be sure you don't miss it, like this video and subscribe and follow and do the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.